like this beacon of hope.
Yeah.
For us all in the Twin Cities, and the fact that we're caving to what I can only assume is some type of publicity stunt being manufactured by Manny Legos.
Well,
you think this is a Manny Legos thing?
I think you're absolutely right, though. In a sense, it is a publicity stunt, but don't you think that can be a good thing? It's more people that are going to be, maybe they're not soccer fans at all, but hey, they're college football fans. They're going to see the stadium. They're going to see Allianz Field, maybe for the first time, and they're going to fall in love with it and be like,
I like the concept of this is ours. Keep your damn hands off.
It's okay. This is what I was talking about Twitter. Okay, this goes exactly into what I was saying was that I purchased a new car 2 weeks ago. Okay. And I get the feeling you don't want anybody like roughing up the new car, right?
Yeah.
You don't want the kids kicking the seat. You know, you don't want them money. But it is what it is. I mean, you just gotta. It's gonna get dirty anyways.
So I bought a Jeep.
Yeah.
In 2016.
Yeah.
And my dad and I were using it to haul sheetrock for our house.
Yeah.
And my dad scratched the side of the Jeep.
Oh!
It was within 6 months of buying this thing. And exactly what you said.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, you're my dad, so I'm not going to get terribly upset. It's a scratch, it's a vehicle, it can be fixed if I really want it to be.
Yeah.
But don't do that. It's mine.
Again, though, it's a field turf. It can be fixed. It's going to be okay. And it's not like the football fans are going to come in there and like puke all over the place and screw things up for you.
So, we talked about this last episode when we were discussing Allianz's heated field.
Yeah.
And I said, you look at Soldier Field and Lambeau Field by the end of the season, they're heated. But by the time you hit December, they just look like shit.
Yep. Yeah.
And this is going to be... what was the date? October 19th.
October 19th. And that's where the timing.
So, the field, it can be repaired, but what if we have a playoff game?
What if?
Playoffs.
But that's just it. That's where, that's my issue, and I have this in my notes. FO's expectations for the playoffs, low, question mark? That's my thought. Because it's like, if they're gonna switch the playoff format, which Garber has suggested is going to happen.
Oh yeah,
the final is going to happen before FIFA's international date.
No more
which means that's going to be the heat of the playoff time.
Now you said the final has to happen before.
Yeah, the final's supposed to be the first weekend in November instead of the first weekend of December.
Because when is the FIFA international date?
It was what was it? 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. It was
So mid-November.
Mid-November.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
So they're taking out those legs that they have now and just doing a one-off.
And that's going to come up in our.
And they're going to have to compress the season.
Yeah. So it's like, what if we have a playoff game?
Well,
and this game could be an issue scheduling.
Absolutely.
But two, it could damage the field.
Maybe Manny listened to our last podcast about Dave's 5-year plan. So there'll be 7-year plan. So there'll be like a couple years of and then after that it'll say no, because we're going to be in the playoffs now.
So Corey, what do you think? Because you agree with me.
I think it's a terrible idea. One, I don't want to use football either. I'm going to go with throw ball as well.
Thank you.
Throw ball.
I think doing that in soccer stadiums is just ridiculous. It makes no sense. I mean, we built that $1 billion Taj Mahal stadium 4 miles down the road. You want to get a bunch of people, throw it in there.
Right.
But Ziggy won't let them play in that. That's the problem.
Right. I mean, you got Target Field. You got places they can go. I mean,
play it in Hamlin.
Two, it's going to ruin the pitch.
Oh.
I mean, I watched some LA Galaxy matches from at the end of the season because the Chargers are in there, and their field looks horrible. I mean, it's just bad.
I got a way around this. We're all going to wear Crocs. They're all going to wear Crocs. They'll be fine.
Okay, if they want to go with Crocs, I'm good with that. I mean, it's just a bad.
Yeah. I know. I understand where you guys are coming from. It's a new stadium, and pristine. It's for soccer. It was paid
Right.
for by a soccer guy.
Right.
That's that. But in Minnesota here, we like to always share things.
Right.
We're all about potlucks and stuff like that. So
That's
let's share
true.
the stadium.
And
You know?
maybe Target Field's a better venue anyways. If they can, first
could
of all,
be.
the baseball season's long over.
Yeah.
You know, they aren't playing any more baseball games there, so if they want to rip up the turf a little
Yeah.
bit, that's okay. And like last year, I had they got 37,000 people into that Target
But I think the
Field
problem
match.
with Target Field was the sight lines were not the
Oh,
greatest.
they really had to cram that 100
Yeah.
Well,
yards.
and they had the dirt on the infield.
Yeah, and they dirt on the
Oh,
infield
yeah,
too.
you
Yeah.
never
So
like that.
yeah, it looked kind of like the Green Bay Packers playing at County Stadium.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember
Or
those
like
days.
Oakland
Yeah.
Coliseum. Where,
Oakland Coliseum,
where
yeah.
The Raiders
Or
were.
NYCFC playing at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I wonder if this is. I don't necessarily think this is going to be an annual thing. I think maybe it is just.
Well,
show
semi-annual
off the
because
stadium.
it's Tommy's
yeah.
Right.
home games.
They're gonna do it 1 year. I think that'll be it.
It could
It
be.
better be.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. I think this is my opinion is no more bashing Manny for this moment.
That-
I think it's Ziggy
Yeah.
saying, "No, you're not going to play here because I can screw over Minnesota United
Oh.
because I know you're going to go to
Oh.
them if I say no."
Conspiracy theory here. I know Ziggy hates the ownership of.
I guarantee it. He was
He
supposed to.
despises the ownership.
He
of
was
That's why he's
supposed
trying
to
get-
have a team.
He was supposed to, but he was stupid and said, "I'm going to play at United Bank Stadium," and the MLS said, "Absolutely fucking not. We're not going to do that." shit."
I mean, can you imagine our hate for Atlanta should be transferred to Nashville?
Well,
Because when Nashville comes on, that's Ziggy's team. Well, partially
partially,
Ziggy's
yeah.
now
team.
wait a minute. You say the MLS did not tell Ziggy they can't play at US
that
Bank.
pretty much
They
they
did.
did.
So,
Yeah.
and why? So when
Because
you
it's
got a team
not
like
an-
Atlanta.
So there's
Well-
MLS rules about stadiums.
Yeah.
So they have to play on natural grass, which Atlanta got a waiver.
Yeah.
Yep.
They want them open air,
Yep.
and
Which
they're
Atlanta got away.
Technically,
right,
Waiver
and they want them a certain seat wise. So
Yeah.
and US Bank Stadium fails on every count.
That's right. That's right. They
Yeah.
could have. Now Ziggy could have built US Bank Stadium to be MLS ready. He
Yes.
could have done that,
Right.
but he decided not to.
I forget. Yeah, that Atlanta does actually open up, doesn't it?
It-
Yeah.
Yep. So when they play most of their matches in Atlanta, the roof is open. 'Cause they have to have
And
an
Ziggy
open
could have
air
done that with US Bank. He
Yep.
decided not to.
Right. And
Well,
instead,
actually,
he decided to.
Actually, no, it wasn't Ziggy. It was more of, well, I can't fleece the taxpayers for any more money, so I can't do that. I'm not putting my own money into this crap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
So
Yep.
that's my conspiracy. I think it's Ziggy trying to screw over Minnesota
Oh,
United.
I don't know. Does it
Now,
go that
obviously,
far?
being from Wisconsin and a Packer fan, I tend to hate Ziggy Wolf anyway.
I bet you do.
I'm from Minneapolis, and I grew up 4 miles from the stadium, and I hate Ziggy Wolf too. So
I think everybody hates Ziggy.
It's not just Wisconsin. So
I think we all hate Ziggy around here. I mean, the Vikings
yeah,
isn't a good job with them, but everything they did with the stadium has been like.
yeah,
What always gets me about the stadium a little bit here is the fact that when they built the new Allianz Field,
Yep.
everybody's like, "Oh, more taxpayer money," and everybody was like, and the true fans here were like, "No, he's spending his own money for that, not
Yep.
like Ziggy.
Yep.
You know, he's actually spending." Well, that's taxpayer money. I'm like, no, it's not. You're still in Vikings mode. This is MLS mode now.
Well, and then I saw someone, and maybe we even discussed it. Someone made the point, well, the bus barn is tax exempt land.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
so
that.
they're getting a tax benefit. I'm like, oh my god!
Oh.
It's like just, you're
It's
just
sitting
reaching
vacant.
for stuff.
It's been sitting vacant for how many years now? For Pete's sakes.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on. We're gonna get too crazy on this.
I mean,
Ziggy
so,
Wolf.
Dave, are you supporting of it?
No, I'm not. I just wanted to bring up.
That's actually kind of surprising.
I wanted to bring up a couple points just to say,
Okay.
this isn't just a college football game. It is kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
But no,
it's a
I
big
agree
deal.
with your points, and I am worried about the turf
Well,
quality.
I think we're all
afterwards.
worried about it, but again, like I said, like it's like a new car. You know, it's gonna get dirty at some point.
Right.
You know,
I'm trying to, even though overall I'm against it, I mean, like maybe there is some advantages. That's all I'm trying to look for. Like just getting that on that Allianz Field, and even in that case, the Loons on more people's radar. maybe that happens as a result of this game.
Dave, have you been in any field reporting? Because we'll send you out to the field after the game to check the turf.
Well, I don't want
okay?
to trip over anything.
Live on the podcast, we'll check the turf and make sure it's okay. This is
our
Dave
first,
Stevens from Allianz Field. The
It'll
turf
be our
looks
first
good.
live recording, just for that.
Well, sign me up.
I'll sign you up.
I'll buy a ticket to the game and then charge the field afterwards.
Hey, why not? Why wouldn't you? Let's get off of that. So there were a couple text messages we had back and forth in the last 2 weeks between the three of us regarding some Garber.
Yeah, do we want to talk about Garber?
I kind of want to get into
The state of the league, or do we want to go with?
I want to get into the billionaire guy.
So Lerner,
Lerner,
the
yeah.
Former owner of Villa.
Yeah, he sold it.
Yes.
And his comments about how, and you brought this up.
Yeah.
So
Any intelligent person should have looked at finances within the EPL before you buy a team.
So background on Lerner, right? He buys
Aston Villa.
Villa for I don't know how
Whatever
much,
it was.
billions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars.
It was so he bought it back in 2006, 118 million.
Yeah.
Stats guy has.
So, and Lerner's a big. He's got his hand in every little piece of whatever, and he wanted to get into pro
Into the
sports. And
EPL, yeah.
somebody was in his ear and said, "Hey, you can get in the EPL, and it's
And he
whatever."
does have pro sports background, like his
Yeah.
father, and like he's still the attorney. They've got the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
But again, American sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he was pissed off
Yep.
when Villa gets relegated,
Yep.
and he finds out the reality of promotion relegation and
Yes.
how, as teams get relegated, their finances go to shit.
And,
Yep.
and Villa was a mainstay in the Premier League. So what year
They
was
had
it
been
that
at
they
that
got relegated? I don't know if I have that in front of me. It was a few years ago now.
End of 2016.
I was going to say 15. Is it
15,
16?
16, yeah.
And
But
they,
the-
Yeah.
as far as the Premier League goes, there's only been 3 clubs that have been in the Premier League since it started in '92. Villa was one of those 3.
And that's what I thought. That was
So-
for years.
But
Yeah.
reading the whole article about his whole downfall, losing all this money and stuff, there's one thing that sticks out to me is the fact that the guy didn't do his homework
No.
on the EPL. He didn't realize you got to spend a lot of money on the EPL, and most of the owners there are not looking to make money in EPL. They're big soccer fans, or they get into
Yep.
it because that's that. He was looking at it from an American perspective of, well, the Cleveland Browns or whatever, I can make money because those teams like grow in value, just like homes in the United States. They grow in value.
Yep.
EPL does not
Well,
do that.
I think that, I agree with you, Tony. I think there's a couple things out of that article that really stood out at me. And since the Premier League was formed, the 20 clubs, the one thing that has happened, so the 20 clubs have increased their combined value nearly 15,000%, from around 100 million to today
Yep.
about 15 billion. So there was
Yeah.
massive growth.
Yes.
So, I mean, maybe he got in a little too late, but regardless of the fact, the other thing that really jumped at me is once you're those owners now, they're almost making fear-based decisions.
They have to.
Because maybe they're irrational decisions,
They have
poor
to.
decisions,
Yep.
but they're making they're trying to stay alive.
Yep.
And in American sports, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can tank in American sports and it doesn't matter.
Right.
But in EPL,
In
you
fact,
have to spend money.
Next, you might get a better draft pick. Your team, you can turn around your team. But
That's
if you're
right.
You're in the bottom 3 in the Premier League. You're relegated, and it's a significant drop.
That's
So-
right, and that's the thing. It's one of those deals where the EPL. I don't think he did his homework on the EPL. I don't think he looked into how much it's going to cost him per year to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was a fan, maybe of English soccer going back, but it's just the ownership.
Well, I think somebody talked to him and said, "Hey, here's the deal." So
And that's why I kind of mentioned it to you, and I mean, I always kind of thought it was kind of a pipe dream, say, for a North American-based soccer league to have that relegation. I
Yeah.
always thought it was a long shot, and I think this is just one of those reasons why it is, because the owners, say in the MLS or any professional sporting league here in the United States, it would be a tough sell if you
It would be.
to go from MLS as we know it now to
Yep.
say, whether it's joining with the Liga MX or just growing the league over years and years, just getting to that point where you could even sustain a relegation-based system.
right.
It would be a tough sell.
very tough. And I look at a guy like Mark Cuban, who's a the billionaire owner of the Dallas Mavericks, and I said he would never get into EPL